Hello, everybody, and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Skyward Randomizer Tournament Winter 2021. We have the final round of the we have the final match of the bracket round 1 for you today. It's MattStrats versus Battlecats59. This is a rematch from their last race where MattStrats unfortunately lost power, but we're finally going to find out who proceeds today. Commentating for us, we have KitKat and Pac-Man Power Ghost, and tracking is myself. Say hello, everybody.
Alright, so
How's
yeah.
everyone doing? I like the No Rain file name that MattStrats has got representing today.
No rain, yeah.
No Rain, No Thunder, maybe? Nah, Dark? Or just Dark Link? I see. Now, can you stay true to Dark Link and mimic MattStrats' movements exactly, or just like to the opposite?
Yeah.
I guess
yeah,
we'll
I think we have two roughly equally skilled runners, both Battlecats and MattStrats. I think both relative newcomers in the grand scheme of things. Although I think Battlecats has done a few vanilla runs, especially in No Back in Time. So I don't think either of these are like entirely newcomers, but you wouldn't consider these like veterans, I guess. I think this is actually going to be interesting because again, these are both of roughly the same skill level, and yeah.
We definitely saw in the first match before that it was pretty close, so
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be close today. And we're off.
Yeah, we are off.
What will Fledge have for us today?
That's always the first question, isn't it? Yeah. Because this is the first required check. There are a few required checks in this game, like the ones that are in the dungeons, Fledge, Ballad of the Goddess. And, yeah. And Battlecats having Dark Link, yeah, some runners have textures and stuff, other runners don't. So, yeah. Ghost Bellows, okay. It could be an LMF seed. Yeah.
This could be true. Or there could be progression on the few...
Oh, Skyview Sand Ship, okay. So,
Ooh.
one short, one long dungeon. Okay, interesting.
One requiring, like, minimum, like, 1 item and maximum 3 for Skyview. And then Sandship requiring a load of stuff.
Yeah. Like, Skyview is probably a dungeon where you might see fairly early on, depending on what the tablets are. And Sandship is probably not, so we'll probably see it a bit later.
I didn't catch the opening pillar, but I'm
yeah,
sure we'll
I usually don't see it until they come out of the sparring pool, I think.
I don't think it's Linearu though.
Yeah,
And
Tumbleweed!
Seed confirmed already.
We found like the second best seed for a Tumbleweed speedrun.
I actually had a seed yesterday where it was on Wanaira's crystals.
I once had a seed where it was on Fledge. I can't remember which seed that was, but I still had that, yeah. This is like the second best you can get. Yeah.
No, I wonder our runners are going to do statue gang or cave gang strats.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see what the pillar is. It appears to be Elden.
Elden. That's pretty good for our runners here. Other than the small checks that they have on Skyloft, they have like, I believe like 6 checks they can do in Elden right now.
Yeah, I think it's more like 7, I think. Yeah, it's 7 upon entering. Yeah, Elden, out of the 3 regions, is the best early one, because it's the most check dense, and it requires the least items for the most amount of checks. So take, for example, Linearu, even though it has probably by far the most amount of checks of any surface region, without any items, you can only get 1 from there, at least in logic, so... like, for a starting pillar, Elden's much better. Gratitude crystals on Bizarre Potion Lady, so We might see some early patrol stuff, and it looks like again both these are bizarre gang people. So yeah, I don't think these like early decisions matter too much in the grand scheme of things. I think both of these routes are pretty much I think the exact same time. So it's really just a matter of preference, I want to say.
Hmm.
Also, yes, Battlecats. Yeah, so you go.
They both have their advantages and disadvantages for different checks. Like Beatrice, getting an extra cycle if you go Bizarre, a lot easier. A key piece.
Well, that's the first key piece, yeah. Is it faster to sleep than talking to Wyra? Or is it fast? Yeah, because I've always talked to Wyra then slept.
Well, you get the roll off from the door pretty easily to the bed, so I just do the bed first. But that's just what I do. I don't think it's really any faster or slower.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if it's like some optimization or whatever. But yeah, okay, my end's buffering, not like this.
Oh no. What's going on with Battlecats here?
The sign. Okay, Beetle is it's might be a required item for Skyview, but having Beetle early is actually quite a good thing. Because then they don't have like upon entering Skyview they can just fully clear it. With the exception of one check, I think. So assuming I mean they might have to worry about it for the dig spot, but it depends.
It also makes it quite convenient to route in crystals, getting a few, like if you're going for stuff in like the academy or the one at the pillar, just makes it really quick, as well as the cave crystals. Because if you know the setups, you can get it done in like less than 30 seconds for each crystal.
Also, for people wondering, the textures aren't just on Link, as you probably noticed by now. They're on Battlecats. He's someone who's gone really crazy with textures, so he's gone like pretty much every item, every major NPC, and other things as well. So, yeah. Yeah, no, we're just echoing a lot because we're just totally from like the bottom of the well.
Interesting.
I don't know why we're echoing. I think I naturally echo as I commentate, but that's just probably microphone quality or whatever. I don't know.
Probably the same with me. We got 10 crystals though, so it's unlikely we'll see any extra crystal hunting this early.
Yeah.
Nice bomb. The bottom of the well, it's not that great. It's dark, it's murky, it's just not fun.
You know, we just be chilling. Not the best place, but we just be chilling. Yeah, no. Alright, so my screen is buffering heavily, so I can't exactly see what's going on. Yeah.
Not much is going on. They're just routing Beatrice right now.
Yeah. I think the biggest question, or the biggest first decision that runners have is, do you stay on Skyloft or do you dip to surface early? Again, so far, there hasn't been any, like, hard evidence to suggest that one is better for most seeds. I think it's really just about personal preference. I'm someone who usually likes to spend a lot of time on Skyloft because all these checks are kind of conveniently here, and if you find something that can be useful in a surface area, you can clear out more checks. But again, I don't really think it matters too much in the grand scheme of things.
Plus, with the Loftwing being so fast, you don't really lose that much time coming back to Skyloft if you do decide to go to your regions.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we see both runners doing some nighttime Skyloft, so I do imagine they'll be going to Patrol. And yeah, definitely using this time to talk to Peter, which is a required step in the Beatrice check. Okay, MattStrats also doing Gus Bellow cleaning crystals, which is good. I think a smart move.
I didn't realize you could do that didn't realize you could do that at night.
Yeah, you can. Looks a
you'd still
bit
get-
dark, but yeah.
You'd still get the cutscene when you come out, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you always get that cutscene. It's a like small 2-second annoying cutscene. Or not the big one. You don't get the big one when you come out though. That's just if you walk
Okay.
near it.
Ah, okay.
There's always like a small 2-minute cutscene with like Pipit's mum saying something about, "Ooh, hey, say hi to Pipit or whatever," and he's like, "Shut the fuck up, I want to leave." But yeah. Alright, so we see Battlecats going to Betrow.
And there's Bomb Bag on Patrol 5, was that?
And
the
I don't
whip.
know, but yeah, it was yeah, Bomb Bag on Betrow and Whip for MattStrats, which I'm pretty behind on, but still. Again, I'm flip flopping between the commentary page and the Twitch stream because my commentary page is buffering like crazy. So that's nice. I think it's better now. Alright.
So if you were either Matt or Battlecats, would you decide to go to Lumpy Pumpkin, or would you go to Eldon?
I always kind of go to Lumpy Pumpkin first, just because it's like a useful check, or just like one more check that's like on the way to things. Roughly, on the scale of Eldon, it's relatively out of the way compared if it was like Farron, but it's still sort of on the way. So, it's not like you're going too far away. And again, I mean, my mentality, at least in early seeds, is just to get as many checks as possible. Even if like they are again a little bit out of the way, as long as they're not too out of the way. I just kind of get convenient checks and stuff, at least early game. I think that a lot of the decisions these runners today will be based on kind of aggression and like, do they want to rush these like do they want to rush dungeons, which can be a huge like sign of like aggressive play, and among other things. Okay, well, I mean, they don't really take 5 hours. They take usually much less, but some seeds can be hell. Like, the shortest seed so far has been an hour and 40 minutes. The longest has been about 4. So they range quite a bit. Normally around 2 to 3 hours, in most cases.
If you're a top runner.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 5-hour seeds are at least possible.
When they
CJ already with the seed prediction 10 minutes in.
Wait, let's have a look. Be around 3 hours. We can only hope, CJ.
We can now heavily quote CJ on this if this is like 3:01.
Is he actually secretly iDude? And can see the future?
Okay, Matt going to the sky. I don't think Matt has said anything that I do. So
No, which I don't think is the right play. I think you should set him up if you're gonna.
I agree, but I always forget to talk to iDude or just any of these guys. So like I'm someone who like says definitely you should talk to these guys, but I never usually do it in runs.
What's even weirder is he kind of went that way, I think, to get to Betrow, but he also decided, I think, to skip Lumpy Pumpkin.
He did skip that, yeah. But yeah, going Eldon first. See what Battlecat is doing here. I guess Perot's Bottle, which I think is a good move. I think, again, just more checks on Skyloft if you're definitely going down that route. This is definitely a good call to make.
Well, if there is nothing in Eldon, you're gonna have to return back to Skyloft anyway.
Yeah. Okay, we've got the pouch. This is just a pouch upgrade, because we already start with the pouch in race settings, so nothing too big here.
Yeah, he's Blackbird with
The Nehru
crimson
tablets. Okay, that's quite big. So.
Oh, you're a bit ahead for me. Jeez.
Oh yeah, I might be a little bit. Battlecat's liking what he sees on the Lampard tablet. I didn't quite see what that was. That looks like. Oh, I can't see the stream flicked back to me as soon as I came in view.
It's
No.
too small for me to see either.
Yeah, it's probably something like I don't even know what it could be actually. Yeah, MattStrats with the Beetle strats. I'm getting that fan. Oh, a song. Okay, Song of the Hero. Okay, so for those who don't know, songs open up trials, assuming you got the harp. And it's normally, it's like Pharaoh's Courage opens up the Pharaoh trial, Din's Power opens up like the Elden trial, and Nehu's Wisdom opens up the Nehu trial. And then for the Skyward trial, you need 3 Song of the Hero parts, because, yeah.
There's
Could be lit early. Okay, that's interesting.
So now they have access to a lot of checks in Lanayru.
Yes, they do actually. Oh yeah, they can do pretty much the main body of Lanayru.
Yeah.
Pretty much most things. So
They can't do C or anything to do with claw shots, but that's still a fair chunk of checks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, they would still have to do the Temple of Time break slide if they wanted to be fast. So. Yeah. Break sliding is kind of huge. And okay, well, Elden is apparently stacked.
Well, that's halfway to the digging spot in Skyview for logical access. Even though realistically, you only need the digging mitts on the first trip.
Oh my god, Battlecats with the attempted swag break slide, but just messing it up. Nice. People in chat asked, do we think the Beetle will return in a future Zelda game? Maybe, perhaps. I think that, I think because Breath of the Wild was such a different Zelda game, it's kind of up in the air on what the Breath of the Wild 2 will be like, but that's just what I think. Anyway, back to the game.
Yes. Only just missing. Who's that Skyward strike there?
Yeah. Okay, Battlecat's going to Elden here. So, looks like MattStrats was definitely the person who dipped first. Battlecat was a bit more thorough on Skyward, so he'll look a little bit behind, even though he's, pretty much at the same point, really.
I imagine Matt will do the same checks anyway.
Yeah. So, again, there's, not really any, huge, decision to make between dipping surface areas early. At most, they'll save a little bit of time, but realistically, people do these checks anyway, so.
What would be really interesting to see is if we get a Farron tablet in Lanayru and seeing if they go to full clear the rest of Lanayru or dip to Farron.
Yeah. And also, yeah, this is definitely 3. This is a 3 tablet seed already. Yeah, this could not be a 2 tablet because.
No.
Yeah. Because you are. I mean, yeah, it pretty much could be.
Unless Beatrice has.
Unless Emerald tablet's on Beatrice.
Yeah.
Although, well, no, you'd still need. Okay, yeah. Actually, it can't be. Yeah. Because you need to still go to Elden anyway. So yeah. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking. Yeah, I was kind of just. Yeah, thinking of different ways it can be, but no. Okay, Slingshot. Yeah. Slingshot is the most useless B-Wheel item. Only in front of the... only next to the bug net. Although, I mean, the bug net you can do pretty swag strats with, but in terms of checks... Well, actually, no, the bug net is probably even... No, yeah, the bug net's even more useful in, minigame settings, so... Ignore me. Slingshot is even less useful in terms of checks. Yeah,
it's only good
but it's a bit more convenient in places. Yeah. Nice, both getting the medal off the RP Uncle. Yeah, so yeah, both runners in Elden. I think that if I was in MattStrats position right now, I would obviously do Elden, and I'd probably go to Lanayru next. There isn't really anything you could really do right now. I think even if I was in MattStrats position here, even if I didn't get Emerald Tablet here, I'd still probably go to Lanayru anyway, because it has so many more checks. Like, I want to say it would have about, what, like 17 checks right now?
It's 4 and 9.
Yeah, Battlecats getting people. Oh, he's leaving. Okay, Matt. Matt with the strats. I see.
I'm not sure if I agree with this play.
I would at least fully clear. Well, actually, what am I talking about? He did. Like, he doesn't have digging mitts. What am I talking about? Yeah, so he did what he could, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just setting up the statue then.
Yeah, okay. And he's going straight to Lanayru. It's interesting that he doesn't even do anything with Skyloft, I think. I mean, again, this is not a bad play, because there's so much in the Skyloft. Not Skyloft, Lanayru. Although I think for him there is still a decent amount in Skyloft anyway. So this isn't a horrible play, but and especially I think delaying things early doesn't usually determine a race. It's always delaying things in mid to late game that can be devastating. So I don't think we'll see the entire race hinge on this decision alone, and Battlecats getting a scale. I will remind everyone this is a single elimination bracket, so the loser of this will be eliminated from the tournament, and the winner will play Gymnast 86.
I don't know which is better, getting bopped or having to fight Gymnast.
Yeah, because Gymnast is, some would say, the final boss of the tournament, because he definitely showed us what he could do in both the group stage and the seeding stage, so... so far in the tournament, he's had basically a almost flawless run. So, also being the first seed. So, yeah. Yeah, someone in chat is getting bop now, getting bop later. Yeah. Although we have seen upsets and amazing players get out early. And again, I will use this example: Exto versus Deer. No one expected really Deer to win, but I mean he did. So, and proof there went former Hundo record holder and someone who lost to Jim just by a minute in his match against him. So, again, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, Tanks Lane in chat. Rando is about like luck. Yes, that is true, but I think that like kind of you like a lot of it is based on skill. Like someone who's faster will be able to kind of get away with more errors than someone who is like slower. And also you can kind of you can mitigate the luck by like doing advanced strats like reading into logic and stuff, but that's yeah. There are of course like parts that are solely luck, like late game guessing, which no one likes. But then, for example, the ending of like it's imprisoned 2 Horde, Gear Him 3 Demise, like things that are very skill based. And I'll remind you that a recent match came down to skill, so it's not entirely luck.
But also reading into the logic can be a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So like, but again, there's the skill of being careful with that and all that stuff. So Battlecats is leaving Elden. I would think he's either going to Skyloft or... Can he do anything else on Skyloft? I think he did kind of everything on Skyloft, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to Lanayru. I'm a bit more surprised MattStrats went to Lanayru, because there is things he could do on Skyloft.
I mean...
Oh no, Battlecats is going to Skyloft, and he missed the trigger, apparently. Good job. Yeah, trigger of Skyloft can be weird. There we go. Alright, MattStrats with the brake sliding. Brake sliding can be really difficult, but I think both these runs have got it nailed down.
Considering
And with the whip, by the way.
Nice. Considering Battlecats can do it without pause buffering.
Well, I mean, Matt hasn't saved so much time. He's just not done anything on Skyloft. So he's not even ahead right now. He's still got so much to do with Skyloft. I mean, there wasn't really anything on the Skyloft checks that Battlecats did, but it's likely he'll go back to check those again. And we'll grab 2 crystals. So he's
now,
at 15 now.
We know that 30's in the logic. As soon as both runners get their respective crystals that they haven't collected.
Mm. Someone says there's anything on Para's bottle. I don't think so.
No, I'm pretty sure it's garbage.
I want to say Harpies.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being anything, or I don't remember calling out anything. Battlecat's going Dodo. Matt didn't do Dodo, I don't think, so he's either going to just forget about it or going to be very disappointed when he tries to pick up the wheel, the party wheel.
Yeah.
It was a Harpy, says average looking chat. Okay, cool.
It could be worse. He could talk to him, accidentally press no at the start, not realizing, go all the way there. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's a thing.
I've done that so many times.
Matt is going. Oh, Matt might be talking to Dodo now. Actually, if he might have forgotten, or he might be doing something different. It can be quite hard to see what the runners are doing, what they're thinking. So just kind of, they know what they're doing, I guess.
I'm sure that's what he's doing though.
Yeah, either that or going to. It looks like he's talking to Dodo. Yeah.
Yeah.
If this was Skyview LMF, the seed would be a bit different, or at least differently paced, because they have all. Yeah, they can literally. They would just need emerald tablet, swords, and a harp at this point. They would have all the required dungeon items, except maybe digging mitts if they got really unlucky. But in Skyview, but
the chances of that are I think it was less than 20%. I think it was 15%.
I'll get up the 5,000 season list by Gymnast. I can tell you the exact percentage. I think
that being the boss key anyway.
Yeah.
Spot. It's pretty low chance, but when it happens, it happens.
It's 9%, I think.
Oh.
9.26%. It's the second lowest behind Two Eyes, which is exactly 9%. So yeah.
Really? Two Eyes is lower? Was that?
Yeah, Two Eyes is lower. Yeah.
That's.
It's only lower by 0.26%, so nothing huge, I think.
I'd assume that's because key logic. It's pretty early to have.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I think.
Small key.
Yeah. I think in logic they're just roughly around the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a difference of what's the actual difference? I can look at the difference. It's 13 seeds. Yeah, so they are virtually equal chance.
Yeah. Nice display of the whip there on the cart by Battlecats. Now, if you were either of these runners and you got claw shots,
oh yeah,
would you go to Sansi and get the 4 checks? Oh, actually, you can do more because they have whip.
I think I would, because at least this is part of kind of my playstyle. But I've been very vocal about clearing areas up. I think, unless dipping. I'm not a fan of dipping. Unless, if you can, for example, beat both required dungeons, of course I'm going to dip for that, because that's, you could just waste time searching in other places. But I'm not someone who usually dips for things. So that's what I would do. I would definitely do Sandship here, especially, I would do Sandship anyway, but I'll do Sansi, at this point.
Because what? That's like. Is that like 7 or 8 checks they can do in C?
There's kind of 8 if you include the there's 9 if you include the caves. One of which is a small key. So 7 in the sea, 7 in the sand sea. And right now they can do all of them, assuming they had claw shots.
Yes.
They can do 7.
So really, claw shots will open up a lot.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll see the same routing from both runners here. At least until we get a major item.
Yeah. Battlecats having a bit of trouble with brake slides. It is really difficult, but again, Battlecats is a veteran to back in time, so bit unexpected from him. But again, people make mistakes. Did I say Battlecats? I meant Battlecats.
Yeah, you
wow.
did. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, whatever.
I didn't acknowledge it, but chat did, so.
Yeah. Yes, Battlecats and Matt.
It's the
Yeah.
power couple. Ooh woo. No, please.
Just get out. No, I'm joking. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, both runners are going through Hook Beetle. Well, yeah, there. MattStrats is going for Hook Beetle, and yeah.
And there's 20.
MattStrats, yeah.
Ban this man immediately. I mean, who has the power? Nice brake slide there.
Mm-hmm.
Having the top of LMF in logic so early is very concerning.
Yeah. I think for me that's been useful in like 1 seed. I think for me normally that chest is never anything useful.
I think I can agree with that one. I think that the Nehru trial has actually been better for me.
Yeah.
Which is very weird.
I think in the 1 seed where it was useful, it was a seed sent to me by CJ. So. Oh, okay, no, Battlecats did. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I've checked it in the other seeds, but in terms of being useful, yeah. So it's only been useful in 1, I think, out of like all the times I've checked it. So, but that must be kind of like biased towards the seeds I've done. It's probably useful in a few others as well. Alright, more crystals. We're getting closer to 30, because 30 is kind of, it's 2 rewards, and then from then it's 1 per 40 and 1 for 50. And that's what you really need to care about in race settings. It doesn't go up to 80, but no one really cares about anything above 50, because it's they're off for progression in this seed. Or in these settings.
It's nice to know how many you've picked up so you can read into trial logic, but other than that, yeah, it's useless. Because there's a lot of things that can be in the trials pools, being bottles, gratitude crystals, any progression item, except like if Sand Sea isn't required, you don't have the the chart.
Yeah.
And then like the keys are also in it if you do ET.
Yeah. Because ET are only in the progression pool if Earth Temple's a required dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, you may as well not go for trials, because...
Yeah. Also, yeah, MattStrats is only like... if he did Shed Chest, he can actually do... what is it? He can do Butcher 30, because that's the thing. Pharaoh's Core is not important, so we won't be seeing the Farron trial here.
That's unfortunate. It being one of the quickest ones.
Yeah. It is one of the quickest, actually, yeah.
Which is quicker, that one or the Skyloft one?
That one. Baron is definitely the quickest, I think. Then I think it's either Skyloft or the Nehru. Then it's the other one of those two. Then it's Elden is by far the fast, or the slowest.
Yeah.
Fire Shield Earrings. Okay, those are not required for the seed in terms of dungeons, but if something is locked in Volcano Summit, then it will be either logically or hard required, depending on what it is. So, yeah, that opens up Volcano Summit. But currently they can't do anything because they would either need Marble Mitts or Claw Shots, neither of which they have.
Yes.
Right, Battlecats is now doing the break slides. And I will say, doing break slides themselves is out of logic, except they have the Hook Beetle, which means that like you could get this anyway. So yeah, logic in this game, or logic in this setting at least, is glitchless, but there's like nothing stopping you from like the tournament rules allow glitches. The only exception being back in time is restricted. I think that's the only restriction. I think to glitches, all other glitches are allowed. So we can like really play with like out of logic stuff, and again, it reinforces the kind of the routing part of like the skill to these. So yeah. Oh, Battlecat's getting kind of bodied, yeah.
Unfortunately, if you take a hit there, it's instant death. Well, not death, but instant like teleport back.
Yeah. I think Lineru, because of the sounds here, is definitely by far the hardest to move quickly in. Because not only use break slides, but you can get in situations like that where you just get bodied and there isn't really much you can do if you get yourself into that situation.
This seed really wants us to go to Betray with all these crystals.
Yeah. Well, like, what, 40 minutes, 40 minutes in? We would have got like 30 almost.
Yeah.
There was definitely Pharaoh's Courage in Fire Node. Was there another? Was there another song on here part? I don't think there was.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Oh, there was. Okay, so there's like multiple. Okay, yeah. So Battlecats has authority, I want to say. Now, yeah.
Yes, that should be right. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 would know this was. Oh my god, nice Bokoblin. Great. Yeah, so again, we can see Battlecats is slightly behind, but Matt still has to do quite a few things on Skyloft.
Yeah.
I don't think anything Matt hasn't done is required, I don't think. Because he has roughly the same items that Battlecats has, except like a Song of the Hero part, which was from the Lumpy Pumpkin, so.
I'm kind of jealous of both of these runners right now, because they have the perfect time to do, not the perfect time, but the perfect opportunity to do the rattle check out of logic.
Oh, yeah, no.
But unfortunately, none of the runners are going to go for it.
Okay, Digging Mitts. Okay, that's now the game just wants to go to Elden now.
Now the question is, do you continue here, or do you go back to Elden? Because that's a solid, like, 6 checks or something.
Yeah. And also Digging Mitts makes the digging spot in Skyview not necessarily something that runners have to worry about, so.
Yes, that is also true.
And Battlecats, I think, getting Pharaoh's Courage here. Yeah, in this case. Okay, Matt found earrings, and the Pharaoh's Courage. Both found Pharaoh's Courage, and also Matt found, I think, mitts as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, now both have fire shield earrings. I think they both have trackers on their screen, so you can just kind of look at those, I guess. But yeah, I think we should be fine. Yeah, and Battlecats also has 30 crystals. Alright, so there isn't really much to say here. Again, both runners just kind of going through. The Nehru is a huge area, and
unfortunately, it's been a bit linear so far.
Yeah, it's been quite a linear seed. There hasn't really been many opportunities for decisions, but that can change just like that in certain situations. So it's not just going to be a linear seed for the entire time, probably.
Yeah. As soon as we hit the mid game and or the late game, that's when we'll see it happen.
Yeah, normally, yeah. I think it's very rare to see a linear seed all the way through.
Oh yeah.
Normally it diverges at some point, or normally there becomes huge distance at some point.
I honestly want to see claw shots at the top of this linear. No, not linear. LMF.
Nice death roll from Battlecats, by the way.
Where did he save? Oh no, it goes to the fire node, doesn't it?
Yeah, which might actually be faster. Because you still have to do walking from there anyway.
Yeah.
So. So MattStrats doing all the nodes here, so you should be opening LMF soon. I think that's the only thing he has to do, yeah. Because neither of these have claw shots.
Yep. Unless he wants to do some out of logic things like bit warping. There's nothing really left he can do other than the top of here.
Yeah. I think back in time, using back in time as like out of logic, at least in this situation, or at least in most actually, it's probably not a good idea because back in time itself takes a while, and say you get claw shots quite soon after, you could just be wasting a lot of time doing like back in time and end up it's yeah, you just be wasting time when you really like don't want to.
A good example was with Jaznix doing early Thunderhead, but him getting it like 10 minutes after.
Yeah. Or I think doing the boss key or the boss key chest RBM in Fire Sanctuary and not needing it, which is another thing Jaznix did I think in that race.
I mean, is there really an instance where you should gamble not to do the boss key RBM?
Well, I mean, I always end up doing it last because again, it could just be more back in time stuff that you could just not deal with because it takes like what I think 2 minutes. I want to say they're both really quick back in times, but the activating back in time I think I once heard takes 40 seconds from somewhere. Also, top of LMF hasn't having nothing as per usual.
Looks like our progression's probably going to be an Elden.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually probably yeah. And again, in Rando, you're naturally gonna waste time anyway. So again, a lot of the skill is minimizing time wasted, and yeah, I think that like doing back in time carefully is a good way of doing it, and not just doing it when you can. Backers getting digging mitts, so cool. And MattStrats leaving Linear.
So with there not being that many checks left, and Beatrice being a Sphere 0 check, would you say taking the risk for like pushing hard Beatrice would be a good play to get ahead?
I only ever how I do Beatrice, I kind of do Beatrice systematically, where I talk to her a minimum of 1 time, a maximum of like twice. Although it's kind of when I talk to her 3 times, maybe even more. And so like, when she gives the darling text, that's when I always just kind of rush her. But until then, I just kind of do it again. Talk to her once or twice, and kind of not really make any decisions, make more from there.
Yeah, because I do the same. Like if I get items like the rattle or like Corwin's letter, I'll wrap that in with Beatrice individually and get those stages up, and also with crystal routing as well.
Yeah. Okay, also I have to like leave real quick. I'll be right back in like a few minutes. You right? Just taking over for a bit?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, again, be back in like 2-3 minutes.
No worries. Now we got MattStrats cleaning up his Skyloft instead of going into Elden. So we'll probably see Battlecats now catch up. Yeah, exactly, your average link. And they're very convenient to route in right now, so... I guess we'll find out in the next 3 minutes. But I'm pretty sure these guys are still pretty even. It's interesting to see that MattStrats is picking up the crystals here, whereas Battlecats didn't. When I have a required item on the chandelier, I tend to grab the loose crystals that are in the lumpy pumpkin, just because it makes it convenient not to have to come back unless I have to do Levias. Plus, they're pretty quick to do. That's true, but he also hasn't collected 5 crystals. And if you can collect the crystals while you're like doing checks, much like the chandelier check, I would say grabbing those crystals is a very good idea, because you're very likely to require a minimum 5 crystals loose anyway. It's very rare that you see a seed where you don't require to get any loose crystals. Is this him going to Alden? Huh. But apparently not, because he's getting bodied by tornadoes right now. And if he's got the luck that I have, another one will spawn in front of him. Tornadoes. Can we get a petition to remove tornadoes in Rando, please? Sometimes the seed, not the seed, but the tornado generation is out to get you. And it's not fun when you die. I actually really like this play from MattStrats, because there are more checks here than on Skyloft. So for him going for check density instead of cleanup, make tornadoes more common and bigger. Are you trying to make chaos?
I'm back.
Welcome back. You haven't missed much, but MattStrats is now in Elden. He picked up the lumpy pumpkin chandelier check and decided to go into Elden without cleanup on Skyloft.
Okay, so Matt appears to be delaying Skylift by a bit. Interesting.
A petition to remove tornadoes in general. I mean, this is kind of out of our control in real life, but in Rando, anything's possible.
I mean, it's, yeah, in Rando they don't really add anything, they're just a source of annoyance, and how RNG can slightly affect runs. It's still annoying nonetheless, though. A spiral charge.
Spiral charge.
Yeah, that unlocks the 2 kind of bombable rocks. Well, not bombable, like kind of cracked rocks in the sky. Yeah. So.
And potentially, if the Ballad of the Goddess is found, we could see Levias being checked.
Yeah.
Because it's also unlocked by the spiral charge. but I'd imagine that both of these runners won't go for it early. I mean, you say that, Ronald, and the next check that Matt's going to do is going to be a sword. Wait, is that more gratitude crystals than Betray? That's 2 packs.
Yeah.
This is madness. You know, it would be great if the next 2 checks are crystals. That would be a troll in itself.
Okay, well, keepies.
Oh, that's equivalent. The slice and dice. Battlecats is not happy. He did warn us the chest was cursed. You are correct.
Oh, there's Thunderhead. Yes. We might see the bias. Okay, Battlecats talk to ID, so.
I mean, at this point, MattStrats knows there's a few checks on Skyloft, 2 in the sky, and Thunderhead. So I feel like he would last location to the bias.
Yeah, he's been going like a lot to surface regions, so yeah, gonna be interesting to see what he does.
Yes, Petro has been very grateful this seed.
Nice vanilla keepies. There's a bow as well, which is a required item for sound chip. So.
I feel like this is going to be a sword hunt, this seed.
Yeah, neither runners have found a sword yet.
It could also be tablet locked, but...
Yeah, and we still need a Emerald tablet, by the way, yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time a seed's been tablet locked.
Okay, Battlecats is now going to Elden as well.
Matt can't seem to get a break from these tornadoes.
Yeah. There are like small things you can do to try and avoid them, but in general it's like just annoying. Nice match clipping into the rocks here. Just a blue bird feather though.
I feel like that's very common, that you see a blue bird feather there on one of the breakable boulders. That's just biased towards me there.
Mm.
Watch the other one be like a tablet.
We haven't really seen any out of logic plays from either of the runners, although there haven't really been any opportunities to do that, so.
No, other than doing CNC stuff.
Yeah. It looks like MattStrats could be going for a little advice, yeah.
I feel like it's a safe gamble to do Levias because we have bow now, so that can make the fight pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. Because, like, bow can really speed up the fight, actually.
I'm not sure how much it saves, but I feel like it's definitely less than 3 minutes to fight if you have bow. And optimal execution.
Well, for starters, Battlecats have done a lot more on Skyloft, which I think Matt is doing right now, so
Yeah.
that will definitely slow him down. I think, because, like, Matt has been definitely doing a lot more, like, surface stuff. Like, he dipped surface early, he just dipped surface early for Skyloft 1, and he hasn't really returned to the surface. Meanwhile, Battlecats has done a lot more stuff on surface.
Like
It would definitely slow Matt down, although I don't think there was anything really useful that Battlecats got that MattStrats hasn't, so it's maybe.
I think we'll see Matt about to be disappointed with Retro. So since Sandship is one of our required dungeons, KitKat, what would you say is a good route to be thinking when you're going in there?
Which dungeon was it again? You kind of cut at that point.
Sandship.
Okay. Well, I mean, the best route for the Sandship is, well, I mean, first of all, you'd have the boat, or, I have had a, I'm the type, I've got the strategy which no one else likes, but I do anyway, which is where I'll dip for dungeons like Sandship or Interesting for their, like, one check, if it's convenient. And everyone's like, oh, this is, like, not a great strategy, although it has paid off for me in some cases, so. Anyway, sorry, weird tangent. I think the best way to do it is kind of to do, like, the heart piece chest first, and then kind of make your way through the main body of Sandship, and then kind of work your way through there. At least that's the dungeon itself.
Yeah.
I guess. For entering it, we still need to find claw shots where we don't know where they are, and seed shot, although you can skip seed shot. I got grad crystal, so Matt is at 40 right now. And Battlecats is just doing more stuff in Elden. So I think these are both things that both runners have done.
Yep. We'll definitely see both runners start to sync up now. What's very unfortunate for these runners has been there hasn't been really that many opportunities to get in Beatrice conversation.
Yeah, well, I think like both runners haven't really done much in Beatrice.
No,
Which
like
yeah.
none of them have gone for individual crystals. There haven't really been any single checks to do to fit it in either.
Well, I mean, Beatrice has definitely shaped a few races in the past. Alright, Battlecat's leaving, Eldin, so I don't know if he has anything else to do on Skyloft, so with that, I think both these runners are about equal, I would say. I think MattStrats is still quote-unquote ahead in terms of points, stuff like where he'd be, but yeah.
Only slightly.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like, Battlecat is avoiding a lot of 20 right now.
One small mess up, and that could mean a fair chunk of time lost.
Yeah, yeah. Nice strats from Matt here.
Interesting enough, I thought that was the only way you could get it without the digging bits.
There's a seed shot.
When I first started doing rando, so I would always go for that strat. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, you can just lie on top of it and just drop down.
Yep. Luckily I learnt that pretty quickly. Have we found any spile hotters yet? I don't know what you're referring to there, Harmjan.
Yeah, I mean, none of these have got to imprison, so yeah. Although yeah, we have found no swords, if that's what you mean.
I mean, this place is well known for having swords, so we might see one rock up in the next minute.
Well, I think they put seed chart on dowsing for sand chips. I think otherwise the seed chart would be basically a useless item. Because that's a rando change. It doesn't necessarily do that in vanilla, I want to say. Because in vanilla it's by beating stronghold. But in rando they changed that, I think. Okay, Beetle's insects at each, so interesting.
Well, there's a Beatrice conversation for them. I think we'll see Matt drop this off and then dip.
Alright, so we're seeing Matt doing the bias. That'd be interesting to see what's on the bias. Yeah, both of these runners have the bow, so neither of which should lose too much time on. Like, they have like the same gear in terms of like Levias, so I think they have the same gear in general, actually.
Yeah.
So here are mighty order reveals. Okay, interesting. So we might see Battlecats doing Skyward trial, or we might not.
I mean, there's a lot of bottles, still a fair bit of crystals in logic. Not logic.
Oh yeah,
but
Matt
still in
didn't
the
check
pool.
that specific part, like that specific chest in the sky, so. Yeah, Ricky, that was the third Song Hero part, and Song Heroes might need word reveals. Okay, Battlecats is laying the pumpkin soup early. I don't know why you do it early opposed to late. I see why you do it in general, because you can sometimes lose the pumpkin soup, especially if you dip, but doing it early, I don't really see why it would save any time. I mean, the pumpkin soup does not at all lower your speed. Okay, Scrapperoo and Blocky View, that is very true. Well, I guess it could be slightly more convenient routing, but yeah. At least slightly, I think, by doing it earlier. Okay, so Matt just needs to just kind of use the bow, and then he's good. Alright, that's the bias. And we'll see what's on Levias shortly, and we'll see if Battlecats actually ends up doing Levias.
Because he knows that the trial might be required. He could go to either or.
Yeah. Also, I guess if you do Levias early, you can just land here, unless you do what Battlecats did and just do that, yeah. Rattle, okay.
Rattle.
Still maybe required, so nothing yet. Well, it depends what's on Rattle, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, first question. It's gonna be Rattle to Letter to Emerald Tablet or like whatever, I don't know, something else ridiculous.
No, it'll be letter, a bottle, and then like what else is it?
And then like Oreo crystals or something.
Yeah.
Okay, Masha's getting Scarlet Trial.
I imagine we'll see him do the individual checks before he goes for the trial. Unless he wants to gamble. Well, it looks like he's going to deposit things. Go to Beetle's shop first, for what it looks like.
Yeah, the device had Rattle, so yeah.
Oh no, Matt, no.
Yeah, Matt's fine, I think.
Yeah. I like how we're
both runners picked up C chart. I think it's just mistracked.
I like how we're an hour in, we still haven't picked up another sword.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those sword hunt seeds. Alright, back at smashing the last, so. We'll see him get rattled.
What's the bet that we'll get a sword lock sword in Thunderhead?
I don't know.
I've had it happen to me before. The
There's the
goddess
harp,
harp.
okay. Okay, so you might actually see Skyward trial from one of these runners, potentially. Yeah.
It also
Yeah,
opens
yeah.
up Corbin's letter check.
Yeah, and Matt has the full ability to do the Skull of Troll. He has all song hero requests. I think the track is just mistracked. Well, he's going to Matt's track rooms, or his track on his screen. He's got all 3 song hero parts.
Yeah.
He has all 3 song hero parts. Yeah, not 2. All right. Battlecats with rattle. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, they both have full song hero. Yeah. And on Battlecat's stream is why tornadoes are done with the increased lofting speed. So yeah, nice.
I'm trying to remember what Petrus conversation both of these runners are on.
I think Matt is on like what's he on? Like the second major text change. So that's like 3, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battlecats is like 1 conversation ahead right now, on Petrus at least. So he might do Petrus. How many does he have left? He's got Battlecats has 3 accessible checks left. So at least according to his tracker. I think Matt's doing Colin's better. I think now. Oh, I think Matt kind of did have like already has done Skyward stuff. So yeah, bad guy's about to get the harp. Let's see. Yeah, Thunderhead was hard to acquire the seed.
There's our first sword.
Yep, first sword. So technically, technically that was okay. It wasn't sword locked, but it was locked by the Pharaoh's courage chest.
Yeah.
So, because that's where Beetle like insect cage was, which is where harp was yeah. Also bugnet.
God.
Yep, first S word on Colin.
I think Matt has 1 conversation before Darling.
Yeah, I think Battlecats is on that, so yeah, I think Battlecats is on the text right now.
Jasnix has corrupted Battlecats. I mean, he's starting a trend. If people pick it up.
Yeah, now
Can't
Jasnix
stop
is
it.
legally obliged to get a bug net in every single seed he does from now on, apparently.
He must take the time loss to get the bug net. Mogman
There's
Myth.
Mogmits, so
Oh god.
these runs can do one thing in Volcano Summit.
I feel like at this point Beatrice has to be a required item.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, there's not many checks left. When you're running seeds, do you prefer open-ended seeds with a lot of checks, or seeds where there's little
There are like
items
4
to go
according to
for?
Battlecats.
So I guess the question is, do you prefer a more linear or open seed?
Well, I mean, as I'm a runner who is like very I think based on my skill being my execution being my main advantage, I tend to prefer linear because it it kind of puts me in a position where I can utilize as much as my speed as possible.
Nice execution of harp cancel there. by
Making
MattStrats.
decisions and stuff. Also, I think my internet's cutting out, so I might cut out a bit.
I'll let you know what's on the checks if you dip. I mean, I do like seeing the trial play, because if there is something on here, that could potentially put MattStrats ahead if there are two, I guess, required items. And that might be the first time we see a divergence. Because let's say there's something on Beatrice and the trial that lead to opening different things, like the claw shot and the tablet, for example. We're probably not going to see the runners do opposite checks. Maybe MattStrats getting the Beatrice check though. But Battlecats probably wouldn't if he got something here. Alright, Beatrice. Show us what you got. Ah, it was nothing. It was a heart container. Such love. Such gratitude.
I think I'm back, maybe.
Welcome back. You
Yeah,
missed
I
a
died
heart
for a sec.
container on Beatrice.
Was it on Beatrice?
Heart container.
Oh, nice. I'm bad again. Oh, okay, nice. Alright, so yeah, we have Matt basically going through the trial, and Battlecats going through the nighttime skyloft. So both I think runners at roughly similar points right now.
I think crystals would be the least useful at this instance. Or... Yeah, actually no, crystals would be the least useful here. Ooh, there's our tablet.
Okay, so hard required.
Very hard required.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see if Battlecats delays this. Yeah, because delaying trials is things that people do.
Yeah, it's very common.
For some reason, so...
I mean, they take a while to do.
Yeah.
Although, the earlier you do it, I think the more value there is behind it. And until the very late game, or the early game, that's when you should do it, in my opinion. Because in the early game, whatever you get is probably going to be helpful. But in the late game, it's like, you can sort of gamble, like, let's say there's a few swords left in the pool, and there's like 66% chance it's going to be a sword. You can either do the trial and have that chance, or not. It's very easy to gamble trials in the late game. I'm kind of hoping that there's claw shots here.
Another sword, okay. So we could have the, didn't Kyle have something?
Does he have to leave the room to refresh it?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, we could see Matt doing, pictures. Yeah, I think 4 hours is a better estimate, I think, for this. We have had seeds over 4 hours, but I don't think any's been 5 yet. Okay, just bloopy. Just bloopy.
So since we have Farron open, I guess it's good to talk about the slingshot check. Since Skyview is one of our required dungeons, do you think it's a good idea to skip it, Mark? Oh, what's it called? Marchi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because by completing Skyview, you automatically set the scene flag for Marchi being completed. This is not a rando change, this is just a vanilla thing that the game does. So I think the best strat, I think, for doing this is to definitely not start the slingshot check. Do Skyview and then do the kick release from there. Because it's just faster than doing Marchi. Okay, Matt's just doing Petrus right now, and I think, yeah, getting his heart container. So, Battlecats is only 2 items away from go mode, actually. Oh no, actually 3. He still needs a tablet. Also, like, slightly synced,
bed
sleeping.
cycles. Yeah.
Yeah, sync sleep, nice. Okay, Battlecats is getting, okay, he got like the one lone crystal. Yeah, maybe 0 bottle seed if it's not required. Okay, Battlecat's fine. Okay, Matt is going for Farron, so yeah. Two more Gradius is nice. Emerald was on Skyloft trial. Alright, so Matt's doing the keys cutscene. I want to change the audio to Matt. Yeah, that's already happened. Yeah, because he's about to play some sick tunes on the harp right now. Okay, Battlecats is doing Scarlet Trial. Okay, so he's probably gonna get Emerald Tablet. Yeah, Ricky is way ahead. Yeah, you can do trials at night. Well, I think it's like the first time I've actually seen it as done as well.
Cat jamming time.
Yeah. Claw shots.
There's
Okay.
claw shots.
So now Matt has the ability to do all of the required dungeons. And he just needs 2 swords left, actually. And 1 is in Thunderhead.
Mm. Although, since we got Mogwim, it's pretty early. Do you reckon we'll see our runners go for the Volcano Summit checks instead of Lanayru as maybe a risk play?
Maybe, I guess. There's like 1 check in Volcano Summit, and it wouldn't be that waste of a time, I guess, if they are wrong, but I would definitely do required dungeons before make decisions like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would agree with that.
Battlecats is not that far behind whatsoever. I think after getting the Emerald Tablet from this trial, he'll probably go to Farron and meet that. And I think from there he'll be ahead because he has 1 more. He has like 1 more sword than Matt.
Interesting, Matt's decided to talk to the Kikui here.
Yeah, like race is definitely not over for Battlecats, so nice struggling with the clip here.
Nice.
Yeah, MattStrats isn't doing muchy here, which is interesting because as long as he has plenty. Oh, okay, Matt. No, Battlecats is kind of in a sticky situation right now, but he should be fine.
He can get back as long as he rolls. Yeah, he's good.
Oh,
No, he's good.
okay.
He's got it.
That was close.
Yeah, as
Oh
long
no!
as you
I
roll
know!
past.
I know!
What?
Oh, okay, yeah, no, he's fine.
Jesus.
He's fine.
Yeah, as long as you roll past that guy with the long blade, you can easily get that one.
Alright, there's our first bottle.
Nice.
Okay, Battlecat's getting his emerald tablet. Don't reset.
He's trying to give us a heart attack. I mean, there's not much you can do in that situation. I feel like last locationing that trial would be done by a lot of runners.
Bro, he's killing the butterflies. Dude.
What did they ever do to you? Like, what?
I just realized Battlecats also changed the textures on the remnant guys. LMAO. Matt just missing lobster roll. Unfortunate.
So how does that work? Does it make it so the thing comes down the rope and
for lobster roll, for one frame you can get Marchie down from his from like the tree. So basically do this.
Yeah.
For like one frame. You still have to talk to him, so it only saves 3 seconds opposed to more time.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, yeah, we could see Battlecats going to Farron here.
Interesting that he's going for checks other than going for his dungeon.
Yeah.
I can't say I really agree with this play, as you could potentially find your remaining items inside your dungeons.
Yeah.
And you gotta look for boss keys, so may as well.
Well, I mean, on the other hand, say you find boss key really early and you just end up wasting time in your dungeons. That can also be a possibility.
That's true.
Which I guess is lower, but it's yeah.
I know in Fire Sanctuary it's pretty rare to see the boss key early.
Yeah, though that's true.
Not sure about the other dungeons though. I guess the more key layers there are, the less likely. There's Cor's letter.
Yeah, Matt getting letter. Alright, and we probably switch audio to Battlecats now.
I completely forgot about Tentacle Skip. I don't think any of the runners have actually set it up there.
Yeah, I don't think they have actually.
Because isn't there a certain point where you're locked out from setting it up?
I don't think so. I think you can always set it up though.
Okay.
Like claw shots, yeah.
Let's see if the 33% chance is going to pay off here.
Chill.
Oh wait,
Matt
he
still needs
doesn't.
to like. He still needs to save some kickwis. Nice lol.
Forgetting, I think the one that you have to drop down the chute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he picked that one actually, yeah.
It's very easy to forget.
Yeah.
So it seems that Battlecats is electing to skip the Kikui.
Yeah. This I think is a better play.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I think now at this point, if anyone, I think Battlecats might be slightly ahead. I think maybe they're both like neck and neck right now.
It does make the routing a tiny bit awkward, but it does save a lot of time.
Hmm. Din's power,
Might
money
be-
movers. Okay.
That's most likely a bait, but we've
Yeah.
seen weirder things happen. Because there's still the Lanayru trial, 4 bottles, a few gratitude crystal packs. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that can be useful is a sword or Nehru's wisdom.
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah. Now Battlecats is just doing everything that Matt did, and Matt is just kind of on his way to this Skyview. So, yeah. We are just looking for one more sword, I think. Yeah. So it's one item. So it's, yeah, one item from going from Battlecat, 2 items from MattStrats. So yeah.
Yeah. It's odd that we've gone so far into the mid game and the routes have been pretty much the same for the past hour
Yeah.
and 40 minutes.
This is like a sync match, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, which is
We have-
unfortunate.
We haven't finished all the key pieces, but because Earth Temple isn't a required dungeon, they're not considered progression, so they can't be on a trial.
Oh, that's right. If you take the beetle and hit the switch, it teleports you right up.
Oh, I didn't even actually think of this. I didn't think. Oh, okay. This is like.
I forgot about it, but now he's doing it. I remember it.
This is such a big brain strat, actually. I wonder if it saves time. I think it would.
It would definitely save time if you didn't get the Goddess Cube warp.
Hmm. Although, the Deepwood's chest, though.
You can get that on the way out, though.
That's true. Okay, and as I have scale, it's Skyview in layer 2, so. Enemies will be different, and also runs can do Gorko Goddess Wall, so that'll be interesting.
What are the rules when it comes to having the what's it called? Like the extra treasure stuff. You can't have any in your hero mode file, can you?
I don't think it matters, to be honest. I'm not quite sure if race rules at least like specify. So like, so far it's not really needed. So also MattStrats, I believe, with the spider rolls.
Alright.
Yeah, and he's not even raising the water, which is fine because he doesn't really need to. Okay, it was ready, Rippy, so yeah. Dungeon map is vanilla,
check.
so yep.
Did he purposely take damage there just in case he wants to bit warp later?
I don't know.
Because I feel like depending on where the key is, that's probably a good play.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Because if it's in the free-eyed room, then like it's probably best to just warp, bit warp. Because I feel like it takes like a solid minute and a half. Or more, depending on what items you have to hit the
Also, is it just me, or like, because I swear that like Gorko Goddess Wall has a sword like 90% of the time. I don't know.
I forgot that that's in logic. I've never had it. I've never had it be anything, luckily.
Okay, so scale and dingmits are logically required for Skyview. Interesting.
Luckily, we got those pretty early.
Okay, Battlecats not going for the spider rolls. Instead, just doing normal swinging.
Imagine if we get a vanilla boss key. Free vanilla checks. Well, there's the key. So that means there's something on free eyes.
Yeah.
Which is a bit unfortunate for the runners. Is that Hylian shield?
Oh, it is actually, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, highly shield, yeah. Yeah, nice use of the whip there. If I was Matt here, I'd do the two in. Well,
I would agree with you, definitely.
yeah, I'll do the two there, and I'll do that later. Well, I feel like I just end up doing it anyway, but yeah.
There's also the potential of skipping it altogether.
Yeah. There is a potential, yeah.
It's really annoying, that room, because you can't really death warp out of it.
Yeah.
Well, if you have bombs, you can, but...
Yeah, well, it's not convenient.
No.
Yeah, and these runners have both bow and hook needles, so they can deal with this fine.
Yeah. What's so odd about seeing the goddess longsword and the Hylian shield together?
Yeah, because I guess in this game you normally don't get highly shield until you have depth TMS.
Ooh. Yeah, it's sometimes hard to remember that you can claw shot up into that area.
Okay, Battlecats is probably doing third ice first, so interesting.
I like this gamble because most runners won't go for it. So if it is there, you have a slight advantage. Only slight though.
Okay, boss
But
key
it's
is vanilla though.
boss key.
So this is only useful for Battlecats if this is say a sword. Or something that leads to a sword.
Yeah. MattStrats having some troubles with the vines, as we all do from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah, we also had vanilla small key and ding spot, which is like sort of vanilla.
Isn't it? It is vanilla though. Because normally there isn't a. Is there normally a lock that locks the first that first area? I don't think so.
Yeah. There are two small keys in not a temple, Skyview. This is not a temple. The whole thing. Yeah. I don't think there's anything important on Battlecat on like 3 ice, so yeah. Nice bonk.
Yeah, rolling on stairs is just yuck. The amount of times you'll bonk is just ugh. For MattStrats, I would agree because he's on 2 health. And it'd also give him a health refill for green. So that's also alright. Although I doubt Matt will die to green.
I say logically Beetle is not required, but it is useful to have. At least for this dungeon.
So once we've finished Skyview, where do you think our runners will go here? Do you think they'll go to their required dungeon? Or do you think they'll go for check density in like...
I'd go for Sandship actually, because you know, I think being the quiet dungeon should be a priority. I think. Yeah, but I think both these runs are basically neck and neck. Right? Although Battlecats is still a little bit behind though.
That's very true.
So yeah, Matt is on Girahim. Girahim is slightly RNG with his attack patterns, but it's like better sword can make this fight shorter. So
It's fairly quick when you have...
yeah, and it's already done, I guess. There goes for MattStrats, yeah. And with Master Sword, it's twice as fast. So
it can be done.
Because normally you meant to have the goddess sword here.
Less than 30 seconds. Honestly, if this seed continues to be very linear, we might see this seed coming down to he who hots the spire the fastest.
Yeah. It could come down to endgame. And it wouldn't be the first that's come down to endgame.
Yes.
Because many runs, including runs in this tournament, have come down to endgame.
If they tie and when they tie.
yeah. Trackless thrill digger to death, yeah. Yeah, we are still looking for one more sword though, at least. Although technically two more if you want to know where TMS is. Okay, Battlecats is on 1 health, so a little bit scary for him, but should be okay. Okay, nice fight from Battlecats. Nice. Yeah, so my next location would definitely be Linnea to do Sandship if I was in the seed. But yeah, I wonder what these runners to do here.
You wouldn't bother to full clear Farron and go to Lake and grab the free checks there.
Well, I mean, I might do the rest of Farron actually, too, for like conveniency, but I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know actually.
Because you're gonna have to double dip here anyway if it goes like really deep into the seed because of Olin crystals.
Yeah, that's true. But say if Sandship had swords, then well, I would just I would never have to come here again, pretty much. But
yeah.
I don't know. It would probably be in the mood. If I was in if I was in a gambly mood at that point, I'd probably not. I'd probably just dip. But maybe if I wanted to play it safe, I'd probably do the rest of Farron.
So he seems to be electing to full clear. Well, basically full clear. If you count Olin crystals as a sky check. Oh, a sky loft, sorry.
Yeah. So you're going to Lake Floria here.
This could pay off well if it does be the sword and Battlecats doesn't go here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, swords can be anywhere, so we can see them on Sandship. We can see them. Anyway, yeah. Okay, there's another bottle.
The trial has become higher in value. That's what we like to see. Can we get like free bottles in Lake? That'd be great.
In vanilla, yeah, for Ancient and Sandship and Fire Sanctuary, you get an upgraded sword. I think Skyview, you get the access to Elden Region. Temple, you get access to Linear, and Linear Mining Facility, you get the Harp. At least, again, all vanilla. Nice, weird from. The fuck?
What?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, we're on a sword hunt right now. Yeah.
At this point, if it,
I don't think anything important was on Slingshot, so I think he's fine there.
Yeah, there was nothing important on it, but that will give him anxiety.
Yeah. Imagine if that's just a bug, just Gus bellowing thing. Okay, we might just need to reload. Okay. Imagine if that was a game-breaking bug, just Gus using Gus bellows on. Actually, oh yeah, and this as well. Gorko, yeah. This could be a sword, and we've seen this be a sword in a lot of situations. At least I have. This is also another check, which I tend to forget about.
I just tend to not put it off because I forget how to do all the drawings.
We wouldn't have enough. We only ever have rematches if these things. Nice Battlecats. Yeah, we only have rematches if they determine the outcome of a race. Like there was I think it was Average Link versus Deer. There was a glitch in that, but it didn't determine the outcome of the race, so we didn't need it. Yeah. And here I don't think it's even a fully bad glitch at all. So yeah. If it was, then it wouldn't determine the outcome of the race. So. Well, I mean, Average Link, the fact that you spent 10 minutes worrying about it was kind of your fault, not gonna lie.
I mean, even if it...
Although, I mean, yeah, well, of course one can argue that it's like, if it wasn't broke, you wouldn't have lost that much time, but I don't know.
I feel like I did look back at it, and it wasn't too much time lost compared to how different it was, like... between the two runners. And I did track that seed, so...
Okay. Okay, rupees. Okay, MattStrats doing Ghost Pippa Crystals. So Matt is looking for 2 swords, Battlecats is looking for 1. It's really just a race on swords at this point. Whoever gets Master Sword first is in go mode.
The cursed metal.
Ah.
At this point, I kind of hope for the runner's sake that the last sword is in Sandship, because then it will be tight. But
Yeah.
because, for example, let's say that the sword is on the Mogma Mit's check in Volcano Summit. The other runner's not going to likely check that, and it basically confirms the seed winner, in my eyes anyway, which for me isn't very interesting to watch. So I hope that the sword is in the dungeon. And I'm sure the runners are too. What swords have been found? So there's been one sword. When was the one early on? There's one in Thunderhead on one of the chests.
Yeah. I can't actually remember.
Yeah, it was
Oh
really
yeah, Thunder and
early.
Golden Blade. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really. There you go. And it's just a vanilla piece of heart. I wonder how long it will take before Matt decides to go for his dungeon.
Yeah.
Actually, both runners here. Because I can understand both runners going for pretty quick checks on the way to their dungeon. And one's that convenient.
Okay, no, Slingshot was actually didn't spam my new order, so it might potentially be useful.
Both runners can do Sandship right now. It's a matter of when they want to go. Well, that's the thing, Ricky. Like, getting these checks done like the quick ones isn't really a bad play, but I do understand where you're coming from.
Well, I mean, the thing is that if you do Sandship first, you essentially guarantee that you lose the minimum amount of time because it's required. You'll have to do it anyway. So, and you might have to like waste time fully clearing it, as opposed to like say if you found it so early. But that's kind of normally it doesn't waste that much time in the grand scheme of things, relatively speaking. Because, for example, and like doing these checks, this can be a waste of time. And at least doing dungeons, you're kind of guaranteeing that you're not wasting as much time, if that makes sense. So that's like why you see people rush like dungeons and stuff, is because you know that you won't waste time, so it's like you might as well, as you'll have to do it anyway.
Rushing progression is never a bad play.
Yeah. Although I think that skipping checks for it, or just being kind of doing it too early or being like too aggressive about it, can be sometimes scary in some situations, but it's never a horrible play.
If you can route it in with other checks in the area, so let's say you were in Skyview, you dipped for a bit and then realized, oh crap, I need digging mitts and to get like the item that's on the digging check or whatever. Then where am I going with this? At least then if there's checks around, then double dipping a dungeon isn't really that bad.
Yeah, well of course like still do checks that are convenient, but like don't go out of your way to do checks at this point, I would say.
I mean, as someone who did Ocarina of Time randos before SSR randos, the value of dipping like your dungeons has pretty much always been good in OOT.
Yeah, I know in OOT the dipping dungeons isn't a horrible thing, I think.
Especially because of the song warps we have in OOT.
Yeah. I don't know how much different that is actually from... Well, I mean, again, I'm only really familiar with SSR and a little bit with OOT, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in OOT you also do have empty unrequired dungeons, so there isn't like a race mode thing, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think OOTR is a little bit different in a lot of ways.
With the current tourney settings in OOT, definitely. But you can have open bridge, so... There's different settings you can have.
Well, I do think that like there's a lot of like strategy in OOT that is definitely shared with other randomizers and stuff. So
I agree.
Yeah.
If you learn one rando, you can take that knowledge and use some of that in other randos, like interpreting logic.
Yeah. Like a good chunk of my kind of strategy and stuff is actually taken from people from like OOTR and stuff. Not all of it, of course, because like that would be dumb because this isn't OOTR. But like a good chunk of my strategy is taken from strategies from that game. Yeah, and I think OOTR does definitely have a big hint system, but we don't have that yet. So, and as you can spend hours wasting in like, or you can like waste sometimes hours in dungeons, it's not really worth having not race mode, I guess.
I feel like it could be done though.
Yeah, just have to be a bit longer, yeah. Okay, I would commentate what's happening, but my commentary page is dying right now, so I can't see anything.
Well, currently they're going for Corwin's letter check on Battlecat's side.
Okay, what I can see, it's MattStrats is going for LMF. Someone asked, will there ever be a hint system? Yes, well, a hint system is already being developed right now. It's a kind of, I think it's a separate branch because it is like unstable. It's still in development, but at the start of this tournament, the only source of hints were trial hints that you see. So, hints will be a thing, but yeah. and Gossip Stones. Yeah, these are all in development, but at the start of this tournament, they weren't around, so we only have trial hints currently. Keep in mind this rando is like only a few months old. It was released in like October or something. Oh, where? Oh yeah, so you just say where. Yeah, Gossip Stones. Which were like Gossip Stones kind of dotted all around. Just the maps, I think. Yeah, I don't know why my stream is buffering so much, but it just is.
Did Matt not raise? No, he did raise it. What's he doing here? Oh, he's going for the check. That's right.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised how often they'll have how these runs aren't going for dungeons actually, because I would do that like straight away.
I guess they're both kind of metagaming to think maybe my opponent's gonna take the risk and go for checks outside the dungeon, or trying to get ahead of their opponent. Because one might be thinking, I can't execute this dungeon as quick as the other runner, so they might want to get ahead by doing this. And to also be able to do tenterless skip. It'd be such a troll if there was only one sword in progression and it was on tenterless heart piece. Container.
Yeah.
That would suck. And that's what I kind of want right now. Because at that rate, who knows when the runners will go for it. Oh, I would definitely set it up.
Yeah. I would also set up tenterless skip at this point, to be honest, yeah.
Because you can still, like, it can still be in other parts of the dungeon anyway.
Yeah.
We have checked Petrus, and it was a heart container. Tenterless heart container and vanilla true master sword is what I want to see, but that implies that there's only one sword left in the pool. There's still the trial though. I think it's very likely we'll see some bottles come up here if we don't see the sword, giving even more value to the trial. Although, me saying that, I said that like 45 minutes ago, and the value hasn't changed, period. Unfortunately.
Alright, so MattStrats is just entering the Sansi. Or he's in Sansi, but yeah. I want to say he's entering Sandship, although I don't know what he's necessarily doing.
Yeah, he's gonna go Sandship.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, he's dowsing for it and everything, so it should be fine.
Yeah. Let's say it's not on Sandship though, and if you were MattStrats, where do you think would be the optimal play to go from here?
Probably do the rest of Sansi, and then yeah, just whatever, I guess. Yeah, it's the swords we have probably currently are in Thunderhead and on Colonizer.
I better watch closely after this because I'm gonna learn the optimal strats for Sandship. I was doing a seed for practice on Sandship before, realizing that I should have knocked that boat down earlier to make it easier to switch the cycles. of
Yeah, knocking this boat
backup
down
time.
is like huge for routing as well. It's like
Yeah.
makes things so much more convenient.
Instead of having to go outside to turn it on and off. Ugh.
Mm.
I wonder if we'll see the runners gamble for what's that robot pirate's name?
Scurvo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It. This is some nice aim from MattStrats here. I say that.
Yeah.
Just missed, but
Nice.
pretty good aim all up.
Mm.
Like, it's
Yeah.
all been
Meanwhile,
pretty quick.
yeah. Meanwhile, Battlecats is in now. I think they're still pretty neck and neck. We're still kind of looking for the last sword. I think.
Yeah, if you yeah, definitely.
Because I don't know how long it'll be until Matt checks the last sword.
Yeah, that's true. The longer he puts it off, the worse off he's going to be. Although, unless he finds the two swords close together that we don't know about,
Yeah.
then that advantage that Battlecats has is taken away from him. But what are the chances of that? That's so low. Is it just me, or is there no music on Sandship right now?
Let's see.
That's bizarre.
Okay, yeah, apparently there's no music. Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, so that's how you do that without the claw shots.
Okay, I think Battlecats is doing
There's a
skip.
sword!
Okay, so now we know where the swords are.
This could be potentially huge for Battlecats
And this
here.
is why you prioritize progression now, yeah. Yeah, that is huge actually, yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not, because I said it was on that heart container. That's not go mode for
No.
MattStrats right now. But if Battlecats decides to go, he'll definitely be in go mode. And I imagine he's going to go now.
Well, I mean, if there are two swords in Sandship, then MattStrats with the like slight lead currently,
Yeah.
could like keep that.
Yeah, exactly. But if there's not, it comes down to how quickly can you find the other sword, or go to Thunderhead.
Yeah, because both runners just need one sword. Once both runners have one more sword, they're both in go mode. So, and we know that Battlecat will get his last sword shortly. So we're really just seeing when Matt will get his last sword. Like that's really just gonna be the determining factor of will Matt keep his lead or will it go. No, he doesn't really have any reason to go back there for logic. I don't think. He probably will do. I want to say at some point. But yeah.
Do you think there's ever a time when you can gamble Tennerless skip and skipping the heart container even though you're not in go mode?
If you were like against Jim the 36 and you want to be really aggressive, yes.
Because I feel like that'd be a really good play if you think you were really behind.
Yeah, like if you were really aggressive, it could be a play, but it's not something I would personally recommend because it only saves 90 seconds anyway. Which, okay, well, I mean that is still a long time saved, but It's like, yeah.
I mean, the chances are very slim. In the
Oh,
late
yeah.
game, anyway. But
There's still a chance, and rando rule, like number one rule of rando is if you skip a check, that check will have something useful on it. That is just a rule. Like,
I mean, you always remember the things that you don't go for in a gamble, and then realize that it is progression. Whereas it's the other way around, you don't really remember that.
yeah, I mean, 64-bit can confirmed he's out of the tournament because of that. I mean, basically.
How many times is 64-bit Link gonna get PTSD? I feel bad. Levias flashbacks intensify. It do be like that.
Yeah, both these ones do of course have the whip, so they can fully clear sack it. Just as a reminder.
Not having the whip for this dungeon can be very detrimental.
Yeah.
Because isn't that like 5 checks down in the in that room?
Yeah. It's like a gamble, I think.
That's 6, I think, actually. Because there's 5 checks in the in the like treasure room, and then there's an extra one.
Yeah, someone else in chat, is there a hint of something similar to OTR? Not yet. It's in development, but for this tournament specifically, when it started, hints weren't a thing. So currently, hints only are extended to trials. And when you get the song, it'll tell you if it might have progression or not. But it doesn't have like goddess stones. Those are being in development, and they're part of a kind of unstable branch of the render right now. But in terms of this tournament, hints in that sense are non-existent. Okay, Battlecats is about to be in go mode, pretty much. Unless he like skips this for any weird reason.
It'd be a very odd gamble.
I've seen people skip this chest. I really don't know why you would, but that's just me. Yeah, okay,
Battlecats rage.
Yeah, I think Battlecats is set up for Tentler skip, so we might see him try that. The sword that Matt missed was in Thunderhead. I want to say... Oh no, did he get that one? Is it or in Colin's Letter? I can't remember which one. Pretty sure it's the one in Thunderhead that he missed. Was it?
Yeah, because the one in Thunderhead was locked behind getting another sword from Colin's Letter.
Yes, it was, I want to say. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure that Matt didn't have Thunderhead, but I don't know why I questioned myself there.
I mean, all the seeds blend together.
That is true. Like, I've done, like, 4 seeds over the past, like, 3 days, and it's like... I'll think I've done something, but I haven't. I just did that in, like, a previous seed.
It's especially worse when you can't concentrate. And you're trying to play and you're like, oh, wait, did I get that check already?
Yeah.
Doing, like, another run previously. It's... ugh.
Yeah. So from Battlecats, and we are literally looking for a boss key right now. MattStrats is looking for a boss key and one more sword. He's using the kind of further side first, which is interesting.
There's the boss key.
Yep. So now, MattStrats can just really hope that there is a sword somewhere here. Which can still happen. There can still be another sword in Sandship.
We could also see a vanilla sword.
That too.
How many vanillas have we had this seed? I feel like we've had a lot.
Yeah. There are 4 swords in there. There are 4 swords in total, and each runner just needs 3. So they start off with Goddess Sword, and then need to upgrade to the Master Sword. They can get the True Master Sword, which is all the sword upgrades, which will make endgame easier and faster. But in terms of all that's you need to require, or like all that's just required, is just regular Master Sword.
Ultimately, do you just want to stab here?
I think stabbing is the best thing to do here. Yeah.
'Cause I know
Someone in
in
chat
your-
asked where was Hiving Shield. Hiving Shield was in behind bars in Skybeam.
Yep. Because I know with your race against Muzu, she was having trouble with it by not stabbing it.
Yeah, stabbing is so much easier, I guess. Because I don't think Skyward can block stabs, I want to say. Well, he can, I guess, but not in, like, the sense where he, like, holds something up, I guess.
Not in this stun lock phase, I would say.
Yeah. Like, he'll like, hold up his, like, kind of, one of his arms to prevent slashing, but with stabs you can just mitigate that.
Both runners, I'm pretty sure, got the shield.
Yeah, both runners got it, yeah. It was, like, really not out of the way at all.
Considering they had whip to get it.
Yeah.
Having a guaranteed shield that's not going to break for you and throughout the whole seed, it's just nice.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Skyward was a silver rupee.
I forgot this room exists.
Yeah, it does.
How many checks are here?
What, in the captain's cabin?
Yeah.
Or where Matt is? I like one. Just, boss key.
Okay. Jan is exactly right here. Unless we find another sword here, it's gonna be likely that Battlecats is gonna have a significant lead.
Also, MattStrats has, how many balls now? Like, 3, I think?
3 or 4?
Yeah, okay. Battlecat's getting, the boss key, so he'll probably, I think, Death Ball, I think? Follow him, I'm like... Yeah.
Sorry. We'll get to see our first and only instance of Back in Time.
Yeah, assuming he does tentacle skip, which I would think he would do. Well, I don't know why Battlecat doesn't just use bombs and then gets crushed by these things. And I don't know why he's... Oh yeah, what's he even doing? Whatever, he's probably just going straight there. Yeah. Alright, so probably not see tentacle skip from Matt, because he's still looking for sword, but... Battlecat is in go mode, he can probably... Yeah, he can probably do tentacle skip.
What I would like to see is MattStrats going instantly into Thunderhead here.
That would make this much closer.
Yeah. Then we would have a race.
Yeah, if like Matt wasted time a lot, then it could be easy to hand this over to Battlecats.
That's very true. With Sansi still having a fair few checks, I would agree. So, Cat is doing what we call reverse bit magic, and he's setting a scene flag, a specific scene flag that's on patrol. Is it like 80?
30 crystal. It's the 30 chest.
Oh, okay, my bad. And by starting the file and then opening the chest, it puts that flag onto wherever Link is saved. So in this case, being right outside the Tenorless boss in the sand ship, setting the same flag as finishing the Tenos boss.
Yeah, it basically kind of works like that. Yeah, but I guess kind of like TLDR, we're basically abusing how scene flags work in this game and how they relate to other maps, and yeah, we're just kind of stealing scene flags from back in time to use to advantage of the files. Yeah, I'm assuming that worked. Yeah, he should just be able to go ahead and beat this dungeon, no problem.
So just to 100% clarify the requirements, it's pushing that minecart. What else is there to set?
Checking the desert entry statue, not Mine's entry, the desert entry. The one near like the party wheel rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the, and also having a file with 30 crystals to like get the chest in.
Get the chest, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I once came across that with 29 crystals.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Might actually be able to do that now, knowing that. I learned something. Yes.
Yeah. Alright, Matt is in kind of tense as well. This is just kind of an auto-scroll of a fight, so...
Unfortunately, there's not much to talk about.
Yeah, although bad guys will be skipping that, yeah. Just kind of shoot I, hit I with sword, repeat that like 6 times or whatever.
Unless he wants to... Unless it's like really fast execution.
Yeah, it's like 60 to 90 seconds faster is said to skip.
Cool.
So yeah.
RNG's pray to the lords and saviors, please be there a sword on the heart container or vanilla.
Yeah, that's like basically Matt's best bet at this point, I think. Either that or he just like goes to Thunderhead immediately.
I mean, you've said this multiple times, KitKat, that
Yeah.
swords are very likely to be in Thunderhead.
Yeah, they are actually. I don't know the exact reason, but I think especially in the seed simulation that Jim did, they are more likely to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's not on like the sword isn't on beating Sandship, so Matt's best hope at this point is that it's on a hard container. Also, yeah, Skyward Randomizer. It's a thing that exists, and it's pretty cool. And we're like a ways into the tournament right now. And yeah, it is pretty new as well. Like at this time, it's been around for like what, 5 months-ish.
These chances are getting slimmer.
Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of like the linearity of Skyward Sword has been removed. So it is very similar to other randomizers, I guess. I guess most notably Wind Waker, I think.
Who is winning? Battlecats at this stage.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
And he's going to see. And that basically confirms it. Unless Battlecats has a really, really bad end game.
Yeah.
I think it's set in stone from here on out.
Yeah.
Well, unless he does find the sword instantly here. But
yeah,
the chances of that are pretty slim.
I think Battlecat's endgame is somewhat solid. He's done a few like normal runs, but it's yeah.
No, especially when we get this high into the... Oh, he just got mega bodied. He might die in the cave.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. Taking 4 damage in the cave. No thanks. I mean, I've died in there so many times. I think the only real reliable way of dodging them is to throw a bomb in there.
Well, I just roll, and that seems to work like 9 out of 10 times. But that requires skill, so...
After seeing it being done there, that's probably the way to go. There's another bottle.
This went from like no balls to like bottle %. Yeah, and I think Battlecats did get a spicy kebab. Also, trackers,
Yeah,
both runners have done all required dungeons, so I don't think they're marked out on tracker. Also, nice bow shots from Matt. Yeah, okay. So Battlecats just finished in prison too. He'll be going to Horde and Endgame. Yeah, it could be a Jim v Battlecats in quarterfinals, assuming Battlecats actually does win. Because there is still one more sword there where we don't know the location of, so it's entirely possible that it could be in Sansi. I'd love if Matt just picked up a sword then. Yeah, and Battlecats could do TMS, or I don't know what the likelihood of that is. We'll see. Yeah, he's just going straight to the thing. Understandable. I don't know why people go for this break slide here. Like, there is literally no point. I don't normally, like, kind of, diss people like this, but I mean, it's like, you can just walk. Like, it doesn't even really save that much time at all. Yeah, meanwhile, MattStrats probably making his way to Pirate Stronghold. Might still find a sword, perhaps. Although we already know where one of his like last sword is, but he could find another last sword as well. Battlecats getting hold skip, nice.
I'm gonna reset my net real quick. It's only giving me partial connection.
Alright.
It's been really weird. I'm only able to be like in Discord right now. Everything else is blocked. I'll be back shortly.
Alright, cool. Missing the end of the race, not like this. Yeah, but Battlecat still has a lot of health. He should be fine, I guess. From this point, I think all of like the horrible parts of Horde are now gone, except these aimbot launches. But he's going to be doing like 2 hearts, I think. But he gets like 6 dodges, so he should be fine. Also nice to earn, I can go him. Yeah, Imp 2 is just in prison 2. It's the like the boss in the spiral that you beat before end game. Yeah, so I wonder what Din's power ended up having, to be honest. Because that could also be a sword. In fact, if anything, it's looking more likely to be a sword, actually. Yeah, but so... No, yeah, there is no spoiler log for these races because it's turned off to avoid cheating. I don't know why that sentence took so long to say, but whatever. Words are hard. Yeah, Battlecats has had a pretty good end game right now, so... Well, the shield does make it a lot easier. Which is kind of why I think that people should get shield. Because I think it's still faster and convenient. Okay, Matt got bottle percent. Nice. So yeah. At this point, with Matt still needing a sword and Battlecats basically going to demise, it's looking very, very close, like, or very, very likely to be a Battlecats victory. You know, assuming he doesn't die to demise about 1,000,000 times. Yeah, Battlecats' demise has been amazing. Oh, he missed the I spoke too soon. He missed the final blow, so yeah. This should be fine. Yeah, there it is. GG. Battlecats moves on to the quarterfinals to face Gymnast 86, and Matt is unfortunately eliminated from the tournament. GG. And we might see Battlecats entering shortly. Alright, here he is. GG.
GG's, Battlecats.
Well then, interesting seed. I feel like my routing was so bad.
There was like a lot of the race where Matt was quote unquote ahead, really just because he didn't do a lot of Skyloft stuff. I think.
Yeah, I spent so much
There's
time
Matt's
at the
last
end.
sword. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah. The
Pretty
main
early.
reason why you won that was because Matt didn't get the last sword. I think.
Oh wow.
And so he like spent, because for a lot of the time you guys were neck and neck, like until Sand Shift. But then because he had White Sword, you had Master Sword, you could just go to the finish, and he still had to look. He went through Santi for that last sword.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well,
so
the
Matt
reason
is
why I
now in go
went,
mode, and I don't know if he's gonna finish or not. I think he probably would.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I went to Thunderhead then is because I had 2 checks open, the one in Thunderhead and get a loose crystal for Batro. I decided to go to Thunderhead, and then Batro gave me whatever he gave me that was useless, and then I was so confused, but then the trackers laid out, like, it said 1 location accessible, but I didn't know where it was until I checked my inventory screen, because I didn't see the 1 out of 1 below the trial. So then I did that.
Would you have done it earlier if you knew that the trial was left, or?
Honestly, I probably would have done it when I was over at the plaza, rather than last locationing it, since I knew it was useful and there wasn't that much left.
Yeah, because it was like Emerald Tablet.
Because at that point, getting crystals was the worst you could get, but at that point you didn't have a bottle, and there was still a couple of required items that you could get that could lead to things. So I would agree with that. Yeah.
And I'm surprised I got that spicy kebab at the end with all the nerves that I had.
Yeah, no, your running game was solid.
And I kind of broke Erla. I was blowing Erla.
Oh yeah.
The Gust Fellows for a meme, and then I broke Erla and had to reload.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't actually end up finding TMS, so. Yeah.
Actually, here's one good question. What was the reasoning behind you leaving your sandship checks like a little later than what you could have done? Like instead of rushing it, you picked up a few checks along the way.
I wanted to get a sword so I can go in go mode and do Tentacle Skip. So I was hoping that I would find a sword. And since I was already in Farron, I decided to clean up Farron and then clean up Skyloft, but it gave me nothing. So then I just dipped to Sandship and got that sword.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Matt did not do Tentacle Skip because...
yeah, he didn't do it, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a sword.
Yeah, Tentacle Skip only saves like, what, a minute and a half?
If you get it first try.
Yeah. If you miss Tentacle Skip, then it probably doesn't even save time at that point. Matt, stop. Yeah, like once you hit that twilight off, it's like doing the jump slash probably wouldn't even work.
If you hit it once and not do the forward slash.
Yeah, like I find that like if you already hit it twice, you just can't do the correct jump slash. At least from what I found.
Well, I would agree with you. I've been practicing it for a couple of hours, like a few hours back, and every time that I accidentally hit it once, I could never get the cycle.
Yeah.
Looking back, I honestly should have just went to Sandship to get the dungeon out of the way, and then look for a sword if I needed to. But
Yeah,
I mean,
because like I'm always someone who like really likes to go like if I can beat both required dungeons, then I'd obviously like almost dip to both required dungeons. Because like for example, the situation I was in today, where it's like you don't actually lose time for doing like required dungeons because you do them anyway, and sometimes you can get a like a sword in the dungeon or shortly afterwards, which would minimize time wasted. Yeah, Matt. Okay, Matt dying unfortunately.
No, no.
Oh, he's still going? Yeah, I think he's still going.
Was last locationing the trial the only thing that was making you nervous throughout the whole seed? Or was it other parts of the already where you think could have made you slip up and lose time against your run?
At first, I thought, yeah, for a little bit, and then once I spent so much time looking for that sword and not going straight to Sandship, I kind of started feeling worse and worse. So I got nervous, like, as I was looking for that sword before Sandship. And then, I mean, all the way through at the end, too.
Because, like, with seeds like this, having, like, such a linear progression and then looking for that last item, it could be anywhere. So knowing that, the anxiety that you can get from it is just terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like especially like with the single nation bracket, like the nerves you normally feel are basically kind of turned all the way up. At least like I don't know if you found this, but like especially like with like my quarterfinals match, like you get so much more nervous in these matches. I think because there's like no safety net of a losers bracket.
Imagine if we had, if you like cleared a frill digger board, you'd get a hint for the seed.
Nice.
Only hypothetical. Don't ever do that, please. Don't. At least then it would make frill digger useful. I doubt frill digger will ever be used. Because it doesn't have anything except rupees. Unfortunately.
Also, can we maybe end the prediction? Because I think like I mean, or unless we have to wait for Matt to finish or forfeit, then it's like I don't know.
Well, now I have to face the gym, and I am scared.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Yeah.
How do you think you're gonna tackle attacking Jim?
Honestly, I have no clue. I have to think about it because in my seeding races, he beat me by like over an hour. So I have to hope for a seed that works out really, really well in my favor.
So what you would say from that is like you're gonna be playing a lot of risks, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if they pay off, awesome. If they don't, well, I mean, if I played normally, I would probably lose anyway. So
Yeah,
might as well take the chance at winning.
the gamble, yeah.
I might do deer meta and just rush Beatrice. I don't know how well that would work out though.
I mean, with rushing Beatrice, you're only really saving, like, depending on how early you want to go for it. Like, because, like, I feel like I've said like a lot. You most likely get Beatrice like an hour into the seed just because of like item placement of like the beat, not beetle, the rattle, the corn's letter, and individual crystals routing and all that. So you're bound to get it pretty quickly. So the advantage that you can get from that's pretty small, unless maybe it leads into more items. But that's only if.
Nice, Matt, taking the vent. Hi, Matt, picking up fairies and stuff.
Not using
May
the
as well.
bug net SMH.
Can you catch fairies with the bug net?
I think you
Yeah,
can.
they go straight into your bottle. I did that when I picked up a fairy.
Oh, that's an interesting thing. Never knew that.
Okay, TMS was not vanilla, so
Where could it be?
probably Din's power actually.
Yeah, honestly.
It's probably the most likely place, or just like somewhere obscure, like
Yeah.
Allen crystals or something.
There's still the chance that it's on the Mogma Mids check in Volcano Summit
Yeah.
as well.
I put off quite a lot of things actually. I put off Spirit and Owlin, Volcano Summit, the trial in Eldon, and the entirety of Sansi I was able to skip.
Hmm. Okay, will Matt get a horde skip? That is a question indeed. Nice, he gets it.
Passes with flying colours.
A nice harp as well.
Okay, yeah, him looking pretty good right now. Not many major mistakes, so yeah, that was a good first phase from Matt. Yeah, a good second phase with like the muscle to Skyward strike as well. Yeah, I think second phase is harder than third phase, so this should be fine. I think from this point onwards. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Alright, just a mine's left.
Nice.
Will you go for shield strats or swordless? I mean shieldless.
Swordless, that would be
strats.
it.
Let's
Bug
go.
net. Bug net. Everyone got your bug nets here, no? Any percent does have TMS. I think 80% does. I want to say all dungeons get just regular Master Sword. No back in time on Hundo definitely get TMS. 80% normal mode, which that gets Goddess Sword actually, I think. Doesn't even get a sword upgrade in that, which is kind of insane actually.
Got a sword horde. Ouch.
Yeah,
Yucky.
it's hell. Oh, Matt, please just give me those heart attacks. Almost leaving it too late there as well. Right. He's fine. GG.
GG.
GG, Matt.
And he's in the call as well. Yeah, so, Matt, basically, you were quote unquote ahead for a lot of that. I say ahead really just kind of because I think you did less checks. I think, and going into Sandship, you were both neck and neck, but Battlecats got the Thunderhead sword much earlier, so
No, I see.
so he didn't do Sandsea. So by the time he was exiting Sandship, he had Master Sword, and you only had like White Sword, I think, which is kind of what kind of killed the run for you.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, like all my sword hunt seeds that I did went bad. So I hate sword hunts. I'm
I think
not
a lot
good
of
with
people are
it.
kind of sick on this point.
I think both runners and audience, it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah, I just don't know where to look when like I have all the items to clear the dungeons, and I just get lost afterwards. But well, it's fine. It was a fun tournament. Had a blast.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, GG's Battlecats. And congrats.
GG's.
Yeah, so now Battlecats goes on to face Gymnast 86 some point next week, I wanted to say. So that'll be interesting.
Oh
Gonna be
boy.
scary.
And then the winner of that will face me.
Oh boy.
So unless anyone else has any last words to say, I think we're done here.
Nah, not really.
Alright.
Alright, we're good.
Alright, awesome. Thank you so much to our runners, Battlecats59 and MattStrats for the awesome race. GG's to Battlecats. Thank you to KitCon and Pac-Man Power Ghost for commentating, and thank you to Harmjohn for jumping in to help me track. Coming up on ZSR tonight, we have at 7 p.m. Eastern Time the Ocarina Time Randomizer Freaky Friday race, and a Zelda 2 Randomizer Max Randall tournament match between Chromaticalism and Paratroopa. Those are both at 7 p.m. tonight. For Skyward Sword on Saturday, that's tomorrow actually, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the first quarterfinals between I think it's the first, might be the second one, between CJS07 and Lepilog, so that's going to be really hype. Looking forward to that. And with that, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!